yeah, so, and I'm not even gonna, touch on the fact of, you know, we have people out here that have disabilities, and the the free funds that they get every month, like clockwork, from the government. Um, yeah, this is and when I say disabilities, I mean people who have mental disabilities and or physical disabilities. And yeah, now with everything that I have said, with these three videos that I have made, these are things that are known. These are things that people know uh, to be factual. And in some cases, yes, they are feeling a certain type of way about certain things. Um, and with this movement that just took place uh, within the past couple of years of people who aren't legal citizens feeling like basically what it's showing, what has been shown, that they basically feel like, why can't they come over and receive all this free help or get free help. Why can't they stay here? um, but either they know and don't care, or they just flat out don't know that, no, sweetie, the things that you are thinking is free is actually being paid and pulled out of the pockets and finances of other people legal citizens who are dead or alive. Because I've always questioned. I've questioned this myself. I've been like, well, what? People work for years. Some people work for years to have Social Security benefits taken out of um, their income that they live and make a living off of. And at a certain age, they're supposed to be able to collect on those benefits. And some reach that age where they can, and they do up until they're deceased or whatever. And some will reach an age where they can start to receive it, and unfortunately something happens where their lives might be taken, um, um, away from them. um, so it leaves the question, like, where do those benefits go when they stop, when the person that put in all that work and who had that taken from them all of those years, each and every paycheck, uh, where do those benefits go when they stop receiving them? Oh, because they're not given to, the benefits aren't given to that person's children. They're just cut off. Like what they were receiving a month is just cut off because they are no longer here to receive it themselves. It's not given or passed on to the child or children, divided up amongst the children of that person. Um, it's just cut off. So all of that money is being piled and placed where? Who's receiving that? Um, and then that brings into question, we have people out here who steal other people's identities. So first of all, if you're stealing someone's identity, that's illegal, that's wrong. But in the process of you doing that, you're able to collect on everything that this person, the identity of the person that they stole, and everything that they might have put in work for. But that money is not going to that person's family, children. That is not passed on. Uh, yeah, that's very dangerous. That is very dangerous. Especially if you're out here in the world and you are you're you're looking at a person who might not be the same race as you, but they have a name that doesn't quite match them. Yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot, and it is a very thin line. It's teetering on danger. And that's where you get the anger from, yeah, if you as a person, if you as a person, you know that all of this stuff is going on, yeah, you might feel a certain type of way. You might feel a certain type of way, but because you have to be carry yourself in a professional manner, um, you have to kind of subdue your thoughts and your knowing, and carry on in life, knowing that this isn't right, that ain't right. um, all while other races of people look down on you and disrespect you as a person, and feel like your worth is nothing because you don't have this and this, but you know what you know. Yeah. I don't know if people is seeing things, viewing things. I know everyone. Oh, excuse me. I know everyone isn't viewing or doesn't, view things from the Bible perspective. But but it's you know it's not a shock if you've read it and you see the direction in which things are going, and you say to yourself, wow, oh, that's the reason why it said that, or that's the reason why that is going to happen, you know. Mm-hmm. Because I've often wondered when I read the part in the Bible where it says that it's not going to be good for women to give suckling, um, or to have babies uh, in the last days. I kind of see why it says that, because I'm here and I'm seeing the direction in which things are being done and the direction in which things are going. So, yeah, a lot of what it says is eye opening, and that's not just for one race of people, that's for everybody. Because that part wasn't classified to one race of people at all. But, hey. Oh, you know, but who wants to listen to what I have to say? Who cares? Who wants to listen to what I have to say? Um, who wants to know how I feel? Um, I don't have millions of dollars yet. I'm not a billionaire yet. Um, oh, I don't have any degrees, and I'm not I am not of the upper, what they call the upper echelon. um, yeah. Oh, but I would like for this to be taken into consideration. Um, uh, Jesus didn't come here to be taught. He didn't go to the scholars to be taught by them. He went to them to do the teaching. They thought they were teaching him. Uh, he actually despised their way of thinking and their teaching. So, with that being said, we don't know how this is gonna go, because well, we know how it goes. Now, some of the events might be a little twisted, but we know how the ending turns out. And I think the only way to possibly change that ending, or uh, push it back a little, oh, is to right, do right by some of the wrongdoings, and yeah, do right by some of the wrongdoings. Because other than that, the way I see it is, it's going to end by fire this time. Well, we have a lot of volcanoes. All over the planet, in different spaces, different areas. And a lot of the volcanoes are located, uh, ouch, from what textbooks say, underwater in oceans. But, that water, the oceans, won't hold a candle to, won't be able to hold a candle to these volcanoes if they start erupting. And I mean erupting everywhere. Whether they are big or small. The water evaporates, and there will be most likely lava and fire everywhere. Now, there's so much going on in the world that there's so much going on in the world that shouldn't be going on, or that's hidden. That's being done and it's hidden, that shouldn't be done, to where Yep, I can kind of see why. Uh, I can kind of see why he might want to end things with fire this time. Now, if it's going to be ended that way, I would assume that all of the water on land is going to dry up. And majority of the people will probably be uh, scorched just from the heat alone, heat and steam alone. Uh, and then I would also imagine now with all that going on, and with that, with us knowing that is very possible, very likely to happen that way. If the water that we see here dries up, and is evaporated, and you got water, I mean, you got fires going off everywhere, and lava flowing. What do you think he's going to use to put that out? My guess would be, and this is my guess, I'm Keyshawn, Keyshawn Lachey Sanders, uh, went to school under Keyshawn Miller. And Lachey, that's Lasha. There is no Y at the end of my Lachey. Um, Daughter of Viator Annette Perkins. Mm. Yeah. Um, so, getting back to what I was saying, what do you think he's going to use to put that out with? Mm. This is me, with my uh I don't have a degree as of yet. Um, and the only reason why I don't have a degree yet is because I feel like when I get ready to go to school, I want to pay for it out of my own pocket. I want to be able to pay my own way. Um, you appreciate things more, that way, versus having to get a loan. And it could take forever to pay that back because things increase, and people like to move goalposts in life. So, yeah, that's just, my way of doing things. But no, I have not received my degree or anything as of yet. Um, but I have enough sense to know, and for whatever reason, um, I think it's showing that I didn't even finish um, my schooling. Um, but the funny thing about that is, I have proof and I have receipts that me and my husband, we did attend a school um, to get, you know, a high school diploma, and and we paid the fees that we had to pay, and we were assigned work packets to do um, for approximately 3 weeks straight, and we did the work packets, um, and we turned it all back in. And once we got that turned in, then we had to uh, pay a fee to receive our